All right. We are now out of executive session. No action was taken. No votes were taken. Do I hear a motion to formally?
So move.
Second.
So moved and properly seconded. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right. Councilman Ware.
I have something that I guess to be added to the next real estate meeting agenda. I brought up the issue vaguely about Crescent Homes on the development that was done over off of Fifth Avenue. Mr. Mayor, this goes back a number of years where, if you remember, they had a trailer park there where a lot of, frankly, low-income people lived. That trailer park was closed. Those people were moved off. And in some cases, Ms. Shaw Johnson and her team helped find homes for those people to live in. I think they built something like 44 homes there. And if they are not sold, they're pretty close to being sold. It's been very successful. They agreed as part of the clustering that we allowed for that development to take place, that they would build, I know it was a minimum of 4 affordable housing somewhere in the Maryville, Ashleyville area. And to my knowledge, they hadn't done a thing and they're not saying anything about it. I would like that to be, the reason I wanted the next meeting 2 weeks from now would be, hopefully Ms. Shaw Johnson, her team could reach out to them to see what's the status of that. But by the same token, if they plan to welch on what they told us, I'd like to be brought to the floor of council to see what as a government can we do about that. When we grant zoning based on certain agreements and things are built and sold and they walk away without fulfilling the portion to the city, what can government do? Because we got beat up, frankly, on allowing that development to go in. We meaning a number of council members. I don't know whether you took 1 or 2 hits, Mr. Mayor, but I know myself, Councilman Lewis, Gregory, and Mitchell did. And one of the things was they were going to do things that would help the community. And right now it looks like they made a good bit of profit, and that's fine. I believe in profits, but they also said they would have some owner-occupied housing to be sold. And again, they're awfully quiet about that. Now, I have not given them a call. I don't know if anybody has given them a call, but when I see things just about built out and sold, and I invite anybody to ride up in there. Peter, you know where it is. Peter, I don't know, Ross, if you do, but when you turn in,
yeah.
Oh, you do where it is. Okay.
Is this that Avenue of Oaks?
Avenue of Oaks. That's
Avenue. It's really a beautiful
development. It really is.
But the discussion we had on that, Councilman Waring, and we met at the old schoolhouse,
right?
And you were there, Councilman Waring Councilmember Lewis was there. I was there.
Right.
The mayor's nephew was there. Mr. Peter Tecklenburg was present as well.
Right.
And it was a very heated but very good discussion about all of that. And one of the ideas was they were evicting these people who were long-term residents of that park. And it wasn't a very nice park. It was dilapidated and in terrible condition. Yeah. But that was these people's homes, and we were promised some cooperation with affordable housing. I remember that exactly right. as you are describing it, and it's like it vanished like in the wind somewhere. I don't know what happened to it.
Well, Councilman Waring, I appreciate you bringing that forward. Certainly, we need to be holding folks to their commitments, and I would certainly have no problem with including this as an executive session item for our upcoming real estate committee meeting, and we can get sort of a complete picture of what the governing operative legal documents are and what the obligations are, so we can all be on the same page.
Okay, what I would ask though, is, want it to be an agenda item. Now we can discuss it in executive session, but I would like the public to know that we're going to be talking about this.
Oh, absolutely. we actually do a pretty good job at the city with being specific on our agendas, with our executive sessions. Not all governments in the state do that.
Yeah.
But certainly, we'll get the information, we'll get the facts, and we'll take public action if that's so warranted.
Okay, thanks.
Will do. I'll check on it. In fact, when you mentioned it before our executive session, I wrote myself a little note to ask Gianna about it, but it will be a more formal request now. Thank
Okay,
you.
great. Thanks.
Great. I appreciate you bringing that forward. And in exchange, do you mind doing me a favor of giving us a little 5-minute break before we start?
Sure. We all do. We all men of about that age. What are you talking about?
All
All
right.
right, see y'all soon in the executive session.
Councilman
I mean,
Shea.
over in public works. See you soon. Right.
I blew it on the timing of this meeting.
Oh, don't worry about it.
Got a lot of good business taken care of.
We did.
We adjourned.
We are adjourned, everybody.